Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking back, quite a way back actually, to a really somber event in Canadian aviation. We're talking about the Trans-Canada Airlines Flight 810 crash, December 9th, 1956. Just a terrible tragedy. 62 people lost their lives when their plane, a Canadair North Star, it crashed right into Mount Sless in British Columbia. It immediately became one of the country's absolute worst air disasters back then.
Mm.
And what really struck a chord nationally, what amplified the shock, was that 5 professional football players were on board from the CFL. They were flying back from an all-star game. Just devastating news for so many.
Absolutely. And that's really our focus today, isn't it? To kind of go beyond just the headline tragedy. We want to unpack the factors, the different things that came together to cause this crash. And maybe even more importantly, explore how this single event, this terrible accident, actually led to fundamental changes in aviation safety. Changes that, benefit all of us flying today. It's often how it works, isn't it? Progress born from loss.
Right. So building on that initial incident, what do we know about the flight itself? Flight 810, it was a scheduled flight, Vancouver across to Toronto. Trans-Canada Airlines, that's the airline that eventually became Air Canada, for context.
Yeah.
So that night, 59 passengers, 3 crew members. They took off from Vancouver, but the weather, it was already looking pretty rough.
Yeah, and that's key. You have to understand the context of flying in the 50s. Soon after takeoff, the crew actually reported an engine problem, one of the 4. So they decided, okay, let's head back to Vancouver. Makes sense. But, and this is crucial, instead of turning straight back, they were cleared to divert south towards Seattle, trying to get around some bad storm cells. That decision, combined with the engine issue and the weather, well, it really set a dangerous course.
And things got worse quickly from there, just a harrowing situation unfolding. While they were on that diverted route, the plane hit severe turbulence and icing. This is near the Cascade Mountains, really rugged, unforgiving terrain. And picture it, 1956. No sophisticated weather radar like we have now, not on the plane and not really on the ground either. They were basically flying blind into ice and violent air. The stress on the plane must have been incredible. Then, around 7:10 p.m., radio silence. Contact lost. No mayday call. Nothing.
And the search began immediately, very intensive. But finding the crash site, that took 4 agonizing months. Hikers stumbled upon it in May 1957, high up on Mount Sluss. Can you just imagine the waiting, the not knowing for those families? For 4 months. That delay itself, it highlighted huge gaps in search and rescue capabilities back then. The wreckage confirmed the worst. Everyone on board lost. The investigation eventually pinned it on a combination of things. Mechanical failure, definitely the severe weather, and real problems navigating in those mountains. It makes you ask, how did mid-century tech cope with that?
Yeah, it sounds like a perfect storm of issues exposing the vulnerabilities of flying back then. So what were the big takeaways, the lessons that still matter?
Oh, absolutely. Flight 810 was a stark wake-up call. It wasn't just improved safety generally. It forced specific vital changes. The difficulty finding the plane. That pushed development for better tracking, better emergency locators. And critically, it made everyone rethink flying in mountainous areas. New rules, new procedures for navigation and communication in terrain like that came about because of this. Plus, a real drive for better weather tech airborne radar, better ground forecasting. It was about the whole system needing an upgrade.
So boiling it down, what's the enduring legacy here?
Well, the crash site in Mount Sless, it's not just a spot on a map. It's kept as a heritage memorial site, a very somber place. It really stands as a reminder of, frankly, the high price that was sometimes paid for progress in aviation safety. It makes you consider, doesn't it, the need for constant vigilance, constant improvement. Even with today's technology, safety is something you never stop working on. It's a continuous journey, always learning from the past.